To the members of the British Union Conference, I'm here to announce that as of Sabbath, March the 21st, all church services will be closed or services will be ceased for 4 weeks at least because of the coronavirus epidemic that is taking a hold not only of the United Kingdom, of course, but across the globe. The events that has happened in recent times have been really quite extraordinary, and it has caught every one of us, governments, travel industries, business, and the church by surprise. We want you to know that whilst this decision has been made, it hasn't been made because we, the church leadership, are lacking faith. As the presidents of the 2 conferences, the North, the South, and the 3 missions, we have made this decision along with our committees because we realize that part of what the heart of the Seventh-day Adventist Church health message is prevention is better than cure. And by not gathering together, and whilst I might feel well, I do not really want to expose more vulnerable members to the coronavirus, which can be quite devastating and indeed fatal for our elderly, for our most vulnerable members in our congregation. You will notice from websites from each of the conferences and missions that provisions are being put in place by way of how we can keep some social interaction and safe social interactions so that we can still be church family without exposing ourselves to unnecessary risk. We do call on you to continue to pray, to lift up one another in prayer, but more importantly, or as well as, not more importantly, but as well as to also work and to look out for the vulnerable folk within our community, within our congregations. And so looking at safe ways to provide means whether there will be folk who may have difficulty in getting out to get food and provisions. And so we're asking that we think creatively with our pastors, with our local leadership, of how we can support one another through what might possibly be a lengthy time of somewhat of isolation and difficulty. But I'm with faith, and I'm encouraged that God, what has come as a surprise to us is no surprise to God. And I'm just believing and convicted that this will come to pass, but we have to be responsible until that time. And I pray that we would not be overly worried or overly anxious, concerned and responsible, most definitely. And I think of the time when the people of Israel were going through a difficult time following the invasion by the Babylonians and the prospect of invasion. And one of the prophets, Isaiah, came and ministered to them. And he actually helped them see, listen, the difficulties we are facing and are about to face, there is a better day to come. And you know the passage, but I just want to read it in its context, or at least give you that context of future hope. And it's Isaiah 26. And speaking of the future day, Isaiah wrote, "In that day, this song will be sung by God's people in the land of Judah. We have a new city. We have a strong city. God is our protection and our fortified wall. Open the gates and let the faithful of the nations enter, the people of the nations who have remained faithful and done what was right. You, our God, will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is centered on you and who puts his trust in you." And I want us to remember that as dark as today is and maybe the next few weeks, we have a brighter future. And that's what the Seventh-day Adventist Church, our message is about. It's not only about today, it's about the bright future God has tomorrow. But as we wait for tomorrow, but live in today, we as Christians, as Seventh-day Adventist Christians, will act responsibly, will act in a way that shows that we are concerned not only about ourselves, but for others. And hence why we have taken this decision across the British Union to close our churches. May God bless you, and I would encourage you to keep praying, keep checking the websites of adventist.org.uk. Check your local conference website, which you can link from there. And may God keep us as we navigate through these difficult days.